In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you can create a super small tree farm for your survival world. As you see, this is super small, very easy to build, and I would 100% recommend this as a sort of starter farm. Now that being said, it does have a couple of negative sides to it. For example, first of all, when the leaves despawn, everything which is apples, sticks, saplings, all of that stuff is lost. It will fall on the ground and then will end up despawning. Now it is 100% guaranteed that all of the wood will go to your inventory, which brings us to problem number 2. You can only use this farm as long as you have space in your inventory to pick up wood. So yeah, definitely don't recommend running this overnight. Maybe running it 1, 2, maybe maximum 3 hours at a time before clearing your inventory. So yeah, that's really all I've got to say. I forgot to enable my shaders, so here we are. These are the shaders enabled. Anyway, this farm works with any of these 3 types of saplings. So you have oak sapling, spruce sapling, and birch sapling. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to take a stack of oak saplings. So come here onto this trapdoor. We'll actually first activate the lever, place your first sapling, and then put yourself on the trapdoor. Now let me put myself in survival mode. There we go. Put your saplings in your offhand and your axe in the main hand. Then aim at the top pixel of the first block. So this is it. Keep right click and left click button pressed both at the same time. As you see, I'm in survival mode, just as sort of proof that this does work in survival mode. It is a little bit tricky to aim correctly, but once you are good at it, then voila, it'll be fine. It'll be barely an inconvenience. So there we go, this is really it, and within seconds I have already gotten loads of wood, as you can see. Now I'm not gonna run this any longer than necessary because not really useful. So that is really all I have got to say. Very simple. Now you did notice here this does consume bone meal, so you should probably have a bone meal farm. But the truth is, any tree farm will require bone meal, whether it be small or big. So you probably already are expecting to need bone meal when clicking on this video. All things aside, here are the materials. So very basic. I guess the hardest thing to collect would be a slime ball for your sticky piston, but everything else than that is very simple to collect. As I said earlier, you're gonna need bone meal to run this farm, and I recommend having temporary blocks because it's always much better when you build something. So to get things started, place a block, place a trapdoor, and then here place a sticky piston pointing this way with a observer pointing upwards, and then another observer pointing downwards. This should normally create a clock. Now for some reason in my game it's not playing the sound. That's probably because I have the setting turned off, but normally it should do a click sound in your world. And also add here just a dispenser on top. Also, other little thing to note, even if you have bone meal in this, it will not fire. It does do here the firing particles, but this isn't actually firing. So don't be scared of putting bone meal in here. Now place a dirt block here. This is where our trees are gonna grow. Then place 7 temporary blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then place a permanent block on top. Now you can get rid here of our 7 blocks, and this is what it would look like. And the reason why this block is here is to prevent our trees from becoming those humongous trees, like for example this type of tree, and instead it forces the trees to become these type of very simple trees, which is much easier to harvest. Then here place a block and then get your slabs, and we need to place 8 slabs like this, and this will be a clock. So place 3 redstone dusts like this, place your lever like this. You can already flick it on to stop the clock, and then grab your 4 comparators and just go bleep bloop, bleep bloop, and there we go. This should be our clock. In here, place a sort of L formation using your slabs, just like so. Actually, this one has to not be placed, excuse me, that was my mistake. Here place another slab, and then here place a stone slab. Your final comparator, you can place it here. Here place a redstone dust, place a redstone dust here, here, and here. Then fill it in with a repeater here and a repeater here, and that is it. That's the entire farm. I would like to first of all say, you need to put your bone meal in here. I would recommend putting a hopper and, I don't know, attaching it to some other farm, whatever. But first of all, congratulations, you now have access to unlimited wood, which is always a good thing, especially early game. And yeah, well, I hope you kind of enjoyed this tutorial. If you guys are at all interested in how to create a vine farm to, collect loads and loads of vines, then I highly recommend you click the card on screen right about now, and it should bring you directly to that video. Bye!